hello, I think. It's hello. Anybody there? Right. Just going to get the that up. Okay. Oh, we've got some viewers already. I'm just going to put some hellos in just to make sure that the chat's working. Multi-stream chat. That's that one. And good old YouTube. That'll be that one. Very good internet at the moment here. Ethernet's okay. So while I'm doing that, I think I'm gonna put the trainer at the beginning because we need to get on with this. Basically, I'm running a bit late now. I was running a lot early, and lots of stuff kind of happened. Yeah, just hardly any internet whatsoever. Good job that we're not on Wi-Fi. I'm sure it'll pick up eventually. It's probably just my phone. It's just something like hang it out the door or something like that. There we go. No. Hold it in the air, all that kind of stuff. No, it's still just whirring away as though it's not there when we know it is. Because you guys are there. So, let's get the trainer back to the beginning. Oh, it doesn't quite work like that. Oh, that's a bit of a nuisance. Let's hope that didn't mess it up too much. No, it didn't. We're away. So, yeah, there's no Wi-Fi. That's why, basically, at the moment, for some reason. Okay. What can we do there? We can't do anything. Turn the Wi-Fi off and turn it back on again. So, as you can see, we're not actually starting off with a normal stage. We've just got a little detour to do. So I might as well start pedaling properly. This is a place very close to my heart. A little while ago, on my honeymoon, we were in Malaysia, and we happened, by sheer coincidence, not at all by sheer coincidence, by perfect planning, went to the Grand Prix, the very last Grand Prix, very last Malaysian Grand Prix. That was the Sepang racetrack. You had tickets. You're looking to your left at the moment. Tickets up there, tickets on the other side. And straight ahead of you, we also had seats over there. We had seats on the left-hand side as well. Basically, we could sit wherever we liked. Yeah, so we were sort of on the left-hand side as you're looking, and we're also at the beginning of the race because it makes sense where we're coming up to now, the first corner. We mainly stayed around those areas because they are the best places to watch it from, which is both grandstands. So actually, the seat's on your left, and then over the other side is the back straight. And I stood on that track, basically about there. The pits are on the other side. Been in those as well. On the race day, at the Formula 1 Grand Prix, which was an amazing experience. Right, so I've now got Wi-Fi. No, sorry, I didn't have Wi-Fi. I've now got a very dull screen for some reason. My phone has gone very dark because I probably pressed some button somewhere. The brightness is now gone. Usually there's a brightness thing there, isn't there? That's gone. There it is. That's what I did. There we go. And I've lost YouTube amongst all of that. Right, now I can put it on YouTube. Hello. In the meantime, probably people have already written. No, they haven't. Nobody's written anything. Chat if you like on the stream. Say hello to me. Ask me a question. I'll try my best to answer it. However unusual it is. Yeah. So yeah, we were sat right literally as you're looking in front of you. We generally sat in those first two stands. We could sit where we like because we had tickets for the whole area. Got some great pictures. There was an accident there. Pictures of that. Grosjean's car. A massive accident on that track on that day as well. Got a good picture just about here. One of the cars spinning and the other car missing it by millimeters. I need to get. Just going to get get my map back up so I can see. And it looks as though we've only got one lot of chat come up. We've had problems here. I've got problems with YouTube. I don't know if you guys have. Please stick something on chat. At least I'll be able to see whether the chat works or not. Because I kind of need to cycle rather than put my own chat up. So yeah, say hello, please. So I've walked on this track, which is a privilege in itself. Never cycled on it, obviously. So we're doing this. It's just a little bit of fun, a bit of extra. I'm going to have to because nobody's chatting, so I'm going to have to do it myself. So never mind. We'll get there in the end. We'd like to enjoy the track, basically. So, what are we getting chat up at all? No, I think I'm going to have to turn my phone off and turn it back on again because I'm getting nothing out of it. So I haven't got a clue what's coming up at the moment, or if anybody's even talking on there. So Lucy's chatted. So Lucy said hi, Richard, and that hasn't come up. So. Same old problems that we've had before. I don't know whether I can change the chat on this. So difficult to do because the screen won't shrink. But I'm going to have to try, aren't I? Just one more try just by doing that. See whether that does anything. Yes. I think that might have fixed it. Hey. Right, let's enjoy Sepang then. Anybody who's not been to Malaysia but doesn't know much about it, it's blooming hot. always. The main places we were staying, we could see all the way up to this point, and then along the next little bit of straight, and the next corner, and then they kind of disappeared from us. There was a grandstand, but basically all you'd see was that one corner, which is the grandstand coming up. So we never bothered with that one basically. But yeah, compared to Silverstone, the prices, yeah, Silverstone is a little expensive, let's say. Yeah, so I was very extravagant and bought 2 sets of tickets. Grandstand is a cover all grandstand, and I think it's called a K1, which is that stand that I was talking about. The grandstand is the good thing about the Sepang track is it's like a double grandstand. It kind of goes up and then down the other side, and that's the 2 straights. I'll show you kind of when we get back to it. That's 2016, the last Sepang Grand Prix, or Malaysian Grand Prix, should I say. Mine and Linda's name are on the wall of memories as well. It's quite cool, so they'll be there forever on the track. We've got to put our names on it. Got a picture of it somewhere. Probably should have. I wasn't kind of planning on this, so I haven't got any photos, but I could have showed you some of the photos of the racing. But we're seeing the track for track 5. So it's still open as a track, but the people of Malaysia are not really interested in car racing. Which is possibly why the tickets are fairly cheap. They are very much into their motorcycle racing. So yeah, this is the only grandstand that we didn't go to, mainly because you can't really see a lot from it. It's probably the cheapest one. We're just going to get a single ticket. So we were there, what was it, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, I think. Friday, Saturday, Sunday, I can't remember now. I think we did it over 4 days. Yeah, we did, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. As I say, we even got to go on the pit walk, which is very few Formula 1 fans ever get to do that, because you've usually got to be rich and famous or friends of the drivers or the team. But we just somehow we struck it lucky on the day. And that was running along. This will be a slightly shorter event than the Isle of Man TT that we did, which was about 37 miles. Formula 1 racing tracks are not that long, luckily. Typical trees that you see in Malaysia. There'll be 1 or 2 monkeys up there watching them. So this is now the other side of the main grandstand. which we sat in that area for a while as well. Not really on race day. I think the finish line bit was the best place to be. Well, not the best place. Obviously you could see the pits from the finish line. K1 was definitely the best place to be. As you can see, this is also, there's a start-finish line here, but that was, they used that for some of the like, you know, where they had other races on with like normal type cars. Because the little paddocks around that side, and then the pit lane and everything for the big cars around the other side. Hi Ed. Just doing a lap of the Sepang International Racetrack before we start the real stage. So I think this is the corner coming into the start-finish straight. I may be wrong. I think actually that's maybe a left, right, how much? Okay. Can't remember. Yeah, okay, it's not yet there. Got the left and then the right. Well, that's a bit hot today. Definitely a lot closer than normal. Aha! I've got multi-stream back, so I can now answer the people that were on the Facebook. Hi Richard, a bit wet today. We went out on our bikes to town gardens and got caught in the rain and thunder. We only had a little bit of rain, but we did have the thunder, so I'm definitely not doing it outside. Not even, well, definitely not under the gazebo. That would be extremely foolish to do a live stream during thunder and lightning under a metal frame gazebo. I think you can forgive me for not being out there. And about, I think 6-7 o'clock, about a 60% chance of rain, so it's not going to happen. So I think it's today and tomorrow, and possibly even Thursday. Could be stuck in here, but hey ho. Need to put that light on. It's gone dark on the camera. Pits have gone down. I think, is this? I don't think. I think that's basically where we got onto the track, because I've been on the track. So yeah, basically about here. We got down over the barriers with the help of some other people. Because it was the last Grand Prix, they kind of turned a blind eye, and we milled around there with several thousand other people. One of my coolest days of my life. There was one previous to that, the year before. But yeah. Stood right under the finish line as well, and on the finish line. Picked up some marbles, still have those in a little bag, the little bits of rubber that come off the tyres. So I guess it's been raining a bit more than it's been raining here in Swindon today. Weird how it's still going on. I think that line's confusing me a little bit. So I don't think we're finished yet. I was looking at that grandstand. Here we go, here's the grandstand. I was looking at that grandstand and thinking the barrier is higher. Well, we came in and I couldn't see that. So apologies. That wasn't the grandstand, this is it here. I was looking for the building on the left hand side. So we climbed over there, which is much higher. There was like a, you had to jump down. I don't know, I don't know how we did it. I think they've changed it. There's wire there now. That's Park Burma where they came in. So we stood there and watched some of the cars come in. Yeah, basically here. And then we could go straight ahead. And that was it. That's the Sepang racetrack. See, Linda knew. She's more the anorak than I was. I was on the wrong finishing straight. Yeah, so that is that's it. See, she's my Formula One guru. That's a little lap of the track. So I'm hoping now. I'm going to put you put us onto camera because I'm going to change the trainer over to the stage. I'm hoping it's going to just start up straight away. What do you reckon? Do you reckon that'll happen? That race is 43. And as if by magic, here we are. So that was just a little bit of jolly. I saw it on the trainer, thought I'd add that to it because it's not a very long stage, not as long as we've had some of them just lately. Although I was planning on starting earlier this, so I could have done with not doing the Sepang thing, but I had already put it down on Facebook that I was going to do it. So I try and live up to my word if I can. Yeah, so this is where we left off, whenever that was now. That was going back, what, Saturday, I think. We got to Whiddon Down. And now we're on our way to Lifton. I wish you wrote that. I wrote that late last night. And there's a lot of spaces missing. You want a space there? It's the staging part I'm looking at. The space between 2 and Fox. 2. That looks better, doesn't it? Done. There we go. Stage 43, Whiddon Down to the Fox and Grapes in Lifton. Earlier on I rung up the Fox and Grapes, Fox and Grapes in Lifton. Spoke to Alex, a lady who owns the place. She's not like properly open at the moment because I commented about her carvery looked very nice, and she said, "Oh, we're not doing that at the moment. I think it's 1st of July or something like that," which I kind of knew anyway. But you know, very nice lady. She said she'd had somebody else who was doing a virtual bike ride as well. So obviously they copied me. So at some stage I'll show you some pictures of actually I'll show you some pictures of where we're going now, and before I do that though, let's just bring the map in a little bit. Too close? One out. Leave it at that for now. We'll go in one. Sometimes, yeah, that'll do. That'll do. Yeah, I'll show them now, and then we can have a look a bit later on if you want to. Well, that was part of the carvery that I saw. So never mind breakfast in the morning. I'll just have some of that, I think. She said some of these are old photos she's taken over. She'll be putting out new photos soon, apparently. And there it is. The Fox and Grapes, unusual name. And that's just a place, I think, in Lifton, because I thought that there wasn't a lot that I could find picture-wise. Because it's a quiet little village town. There you can see it in all its full glory. There's a church there. It's quite cool if you like churches. A little bunch of trees that look a little bit like the Liddington trees, but that's obviously their own. They're Lifton trees. So yeah. So yeah, they have their own version of what we have. No, not with thunder and lightning, Sean. I was just explaining that. But I think that would be a crazy thing to do, would be to stand out under a metal frame gazebo during a thunder and lightning storm. We've had one already while I was setting up, so I definitely would have brought it back in at that point. I'd already predicted it was going to happen, which it did. And then obviously in the next hour or so, apparently it's going to be pretty horrible. But on the other side, and also because the weather is supposed to be pretty dire up to Thursday, and I need to save the gazebo because it's already got damaged from the last weekend, so I need to make sure above anything else that it is usable for Sunday, because Sunday can't not go ahead, let's say, well, unless Sunday goes ahead on Saturday. So yeah, those are the pictures. Nook's a really nice place to stay, food wise and everything, so I'm looking forward to virtually staying there tonight. Let's go back to the matter in hand. The map. Yeah, if it says not thunder and lightning, then I possibly put it out. I'm just very dubious about one of the corners. I've had to super glue it and all sorts of stuff, which is annoying because obviously I would have rather been able to take it back and say this isn't good enough, but I needed it, so I had to fix it, and obviously now I fixed it. That's not an option. It would have made good YouTube or good video, wouldn't it? Crikey. If I'd got struck live on Facebook and YouTube. I would suddenly become a lot more famous than I am at the moment. Speaking of which, some news organisation is putting something somewhere. I got a message, but you couldn't hear it properly. I missed the phone call twice, and then it turned up as a text message. But so I'm sure if they're desperate to speak to me, they'll ring back. But the Swindon Advertiser, Ewan, the Salvation Army press officer, that I sent my story to, we've kind of liaised on getting it. Well, he's a bloke in the know. He's written a good story using my stuff, and he sent that out to the BBC, radio, so radio, TV, and Swindon Advertiser, and of course the biggest one of those three, Swindon Advertiser, has got back to me, and they want to speak to me tomorrow morning. So hopefully I'll get a little story in that. And the story itself, Ewan has sent to be published on the Salvation Army website. So I'm very grateful to him for that. I hope, fingers crossed, that it might bring a little bit more money in. So I'm linking this brilliantly at the moment. Speaking of money coming in, I think I mentioned some of them during the stream on whatever day my last day was, Friday. But we've got a bit more money came in, which is why, as you can see, we've now gone past the £700 mark, which is brilliant. We had Steve, who put some money in the bucket. All this money came from people putting money in the bucket out the front, which has actually made me think that maybe, if the weather permitted, I might do another out front one in between now and the last day. Don't know. See how it goes. So yeah, Steve's chucked some money in. Prior to that, when I was in the house sorting some stuff out, somebody must have gone past and chucked a couple of quid in as well, whoever they were. I'm very grateful. So I'm saying Steve, but I'm guessing you can say Steve and his family, but he's one of the neighbours at the top of the hill, so don't know him that well, but he's obviously a very nice person. Do that. And Ian Webb, a bowling friend of ours. Say ours, as some of the people are bowlers on this stream. He donated some money, so thank you, Ian. Thank you very much. Hope to see you bowling in the not too distant future. But thank you very much for the money. And that was brought to me by Joe and Sean, who also, in amongst that, stuck on a shit. They just said it was money they'd come across. Sounds a bit dodgy to me, you know, but so basically they put a little bit of money, but no, I was trying to make it out to be like, you know, money that's come out of their back pocket, but it was a lot more than that money just coming out of your back pocket, basically. And they've already donated, so to stick that on top, I am extremely grateful. Thank you very much for that. So yeah, it just kept coming. It was like, oh yeah, oh good, a bit more, a bit here. So so that's all now gone in. Obviously I put it in on the site, so if you go onto the Just Giving page, you'll see that there's 3. I've put the names down, so I think it looks like it's from Steve and somebody else, Ian Webb and Sean and Joe. So I chucked that in using my account, and I've now got a nice little bit of cash. And that was all of it, basically. Yeah. I went over the mileage again from the very beginning, just to double check it was out a little bit. So I readjusted that. We're heading towards the 13,000. I'm pretty certain, I don't know actually, I'm hoping that we'll hit the 14. I'd like to do 14. Take a little detour if we don't. It's really annoying this weather though, Sean, isn't it? Because I kind of have to do the things based on the risk, and when it's saying 40, you know, even if it's saying 20-30%, I've got to go on that, and then it's kind of like, then it just stays sunny all the day, and it is not pleasant, I can tell you, cycling in this shed when the sun is shining, because it gets blooming hot. So I don't cycle in here lightly. If it's raining outside and you've got a cold breeze coming in, then it's just about bearable. But yeah, this is pretty horrible. Especially when it's close and thunderstorm weather. So other than getting wet, Sharon, did you have a nice bike ride? I don't mind getting wet on a bike ride. I love getting wet on a bike ride, actually. Keeps you cooled down. It's the only time I don't mind getting cold water on me. I need to have a cough sweet. My throat is actually before I have a cough sweet. And have another little bite of Friday's snack. Can't find them. There we are. So, let's all answer Lucy's question. How is everybody? I'm pretty good. Getting a bit flustered when I get this ready because lots of things, little things kept cropping up. And I wanted to start a little bit early. But in the end, everything kind of fired up quite quickly on the internet side and the trainer side, so it wasn't too bad. I've got today and tomorrow are a little bit shorter than the ones we had built up to the last week. I don't know, I did that on purpose or just whether it's just the way that they planned out. Because obviously it's reliant on where you can find a B&B or a hotel. Which makes the penultimate one, which might be tomorrow. We've got other stuff in between, haven't we? Have a look. My phone's so slow. So we're going to Whiddon. No, tomorrow's his Lifton to Bodmin, Westby Hotel in Bodmin, so that's quite cool. And then the next one, which is kind of penultimate, we stop at Poldark in Red Roof. We had to stop there just because it says Poldark and Red Roof, and anybody who watches Poldark, especially my wife, who's a massive fan, kind of it was quite significant. The fact is, I'd set it all up now, and I can't find this Poldark anywhere on the internet or anything about it, even though on the Google map it is a little bed which suggests that it's a B&B or a hotel or something like that, or a hostel. The only thing I can find in the area that says Poldark is a care home, so on that one we may be staying at a care home. There is a campsite about 200 yards down the road, so that's how we'll look at it. We'll pretend that we're staying there, and if it turns out to be a care home, we'll go and stay on the campsite. So I think I've actually put some pictures onto the campsite. That's the only thing I could find some pictures of. But it's not actually in Redruth, it's on the outskirts of it. We go through Redruth on the ride going into Land's End. So I think I've got some pictures of Redruth on that one and a campsite. So I just thought I'd let you know that. Got to be honest about the situation. It may or may not be a bed and breakfast. Or it may have been one. That's probably what it is. But it's called pole dark, so I'll forgive it. Oh, I suppose before we go too much further, people want to put their guesses in. Bingo! That was quick. That's 5,000 words a minute kind of response, that was. Thank you, Anita and Ed. Hello, Anita. .7. Oh, right, not the wrong way around. 23.7. Ed? 22.5. Cool, thank you. Anybody else wants to put a guess in? Give it to me within the next mile. 4.6. That's your cut-off point. Anybody doesn't know what I'm talking about? Shout out on chat and I'll explain. If not, I won't explain, because everybody that I can see on chat at the moment knows exactly what I'm talking about. I think. Lucy. And Matt. Go away, fly. Oh, this is so hot. I'm sorely tempted to just stop everything and stick it back out there, but I know it'll go very wrong if I try and do that. Oh, I need to have a drink in a sec. Lucy is 24. Matt, 25. Ah, gee. Yeah, I know that you and the press officer has contacted the TV, but the message on the phone, I couldn't make it. It's one of those text messages where they then read out the text message, and I can't work out whether it says ITB or ITV are putting your story on their website, and you can't get back to them. So. I think it's more likely to be ITB, because ITV wouldn't put it on their website, they'd put it on their programme, wouldn't they? So, and they wouldn't put it on their website if they hadn't put it on their programme. So I'm sure if they want to get hold of me, they can do. Hello, Yasmin. 23 times what? I know what you mean. I know what you mean. Thank you for the kiss. I think, well, I think that's what you meant anyway. Yas. Because I can't fit Yasmin on this path. Yes. He's 23. And thank you for liking the stream. Oh, gee. Oh, I need to go and get my flannel. Hello. Strange woman just walked past. Well, when I say strange, you know. Not strange. I know her. Huh? Oh, I need to put it back to do the, when I was doing the fence. Linda was wondering why there was a pot in a different place than normal. I was fixing the top of our fence and I hadn't put it back, I forgot. That's our black pot we're talking about, Lucy. Like Anita's cow pot.
Yeah, the cow pot.
Yeah. See, I do listen when she tells me stuff. Got a fly in the living room at the moment that we cannot catch. We've both got a fly swat each, and he's taken to, because he probably knows it's the only place that we're not going to use a fly swat. He's taken to sitting right in the middle of the TV screen. Oh, thank you very much. Best thing to cool you down. Nice hot cup of tea. It is true, it works. Oh, well, I must say it's good to be back on the bike. Just before it, I was kind of like really not feeling it. I'm thinking, oh, I really don't want to be doing this. Now, kind of feels good. And also I've got a bit of my neck back as well, so but that's kind of okay when you're like this, because I don't have to bring my head too high up. And to be honest, it feels a lot. It was feeling quite bad yesterday. I think I was quite depressed with it really, because it was that feeling. I was starting to get that feeling again. Well, I had it last time, and you get this kind of feeling like your neck muscles aren't strong enough to hold your head up. It's kind of a real kind of heavy feeling to it, and it was feeling like that last night, and some of this morning. But it feels a lot better now. And at the end of the day, the doctor said that it will keep coming back, and I just have to put up with it. So, well, he didn't say that, but that's what he meant. You just have to put up with it. Stop fussing. I'd like doctors to talk like that. They're pussyfooting around. Best way. That's how I got on top of my autoimmune. Found a doctor that just basically said it how it was. No messing, no like sort of sugarcoating it or anything like that. This is what you got, this is what's going to happen, this is how we're going to deal with it. That's what you want, isn't it? What do you want? What, you want some out of the freezer? What? Let me know. I'll do bicycle acrobatics.
That's going to be my gloves.
Your gloves? Where did I see them? That bucket. Yeah, I can't even see them actually. All right, have you? Oh, I can see them. No, they're down the other bucket, down the side next to the owl.
Yeah, well, you both probably moved it slightly.
Yeah, because
Some of the stones clean.
all right. For anybody who doesn't know, that's Linda. That's Linda. Why is that hose pointing towards me just before you're going to turn it on? Yeah. Rain's not as cold as hose water. Hate getting wet. Hate getting cold water on me. It's the only thing that gets me in a bad temper. If you want to get punched, chuck some cold water on me. And I don't mean that in an aggressive way. I just will. As simple as that. Unless I am very, very prepared for it. Oh, let's get the glasses off. Well, I'm in. It's just not fair. This is supposed to be hammering down with rain at this point, I think. Ah, okay. So, those who are watching this afterwards, you've seen probably a little jump in the mileage there. That's because the internet went down, or the cable, but the new cable that we've been waiting for 2 months has failed. One or the other. I think the cable has failed is partly to do with it. It's rather annoying. The most expensive cables the most expensive cable I've ever bought in my life. It took 2 months to arrive. We've only got a week left on the stream, and it's pants. But I'm hoping we're back on. Give you a little nod if we are. Everything, the internet just seems to be really, really slow at the moment. I don't know why. See if I can get anything up on here. So the backup, which is a shame because Eric could just come onto the stream. It would have been really nice to say hello to him. Thank you, Linda. I know I can see. Oh yeah, I'm here on Facebook. So I know Facebook's working on it. Send Eric a little message. Yeah, used to work with him. Amazing guy. One of the best support workers I come across. Certainly, best workers in that field. Not just support worker, it's more than that. Put that on. I just put a comment up then. I'm sure I did. Yeah, I've got a feeling that this super duper cable has already failed because it is a lot slower than the other cable. It's more constant, but yeah, you can tell at the beginning. Normally at the beginning, the stream starts straight away, and on this one, it does like it did when I tried to connect just using Wi-Fi, which obviously is a lot slower. Where it's just going along the line, going, YouTube is trying to start up your video. So and we get a lot more of this problem now, unless it's just YouTube at the moment. It's just not good. I don't know, one or the other. Who knows? That didn't work. So at the moment, YouTube's not coming up on it. We'll give it time. So we are live on YouTube, Facebook. See if I can get hold of Eric. This is testing. Heat wise, that is, not the internet. I'm used to that by now. Oh. Sunday would be tough. Yeah, but yeah, see, I'm reading that chat, but I'm not seeing it on the. I can see the chat, Ed, but nobody else can. I'm gonna. have to try the oh, I don't know what I have to try. Yeah, YouTube's working on chat. Yasmin said hi. The Facebook's working on, they're both working on my chat, but only Facebook's working on the stream. So I'm going to have to do the remove the chat box and put a new chat box back on and see if that fixes it. And apologies to anybody who's just chatted, because they're all going to get deleted in a sec. Do one more try like that. No, it's not going to work. What's wrong with it? I'm going to try chatting once on it. I'm going to tell it to work and see if it does. The answer is no. It's not. Yeah, Ed says that he wishes he could get over the Sunday finish, but they're still on lockdown. Yeah, I know, Ed. It's okay. I know you'll be there in the ether. Yeah, I'm gonna have to. Right, okay. Let's get rid of the chat box, and let's add a chat box. This is our usual fix, or our only fix. So I think that's about it, isn't it? We'll try that for size. So now I'm going to have to see if the Facebook one will come up on it. Technical issues, eh? I don't know, would I? What would be? Yeah, I'm sure technical issues are far more frustrating, I think, than mechanical issues, because mechanical issues have always generally got, you can see what they are. Ah, thank you, Jan. She chucked another hello up there, so I know it's working now, so that's good. Saves me doing it. Yeah. Yeah, I'd say that. I think most people would say that, wouldn't they? Well, unless you're not mechanically minded. I'm pretty good at, I know my way around a spanner. But yeah, it's kind of like you can see the problem in front of you, whereas technical issues, it's kind of like, you know, it's you have to keep trying things because the problem is invisible. What's gone wrong is visible, but the problem isn't. So you kind of have to try and find it out. It's just annoying. because it interferes with the flow. But it also adds entertainment and a challenge. But everything's working straight at the moment. All the tablets and everything is, even this phone. Okay, put all of that to bed, so don't have to worry about that. Oh yeah. Feeling hot, hot, hot. There. Right, and we carry on. And I never got any answers from anybody. Lucy very kindly put a question up there. How is everybody? I kind of get a vibe everybody's quite cool today. Not as in cool, because it's not. It's very close and muggy, but I am. But I'm a little bit annoyed in that I thought we were supposed to get an announcement in what's going to happen to us guys on full lockdown, which is 2 weeks before that is supposedly going to run out, which would have been Monday. And they never said a word about it Monday, and I thought they're definitely going to say about Tuesday, because presumably there's millions of people out there waiting for that news. So you would have thought one of the questions from the press would have been, I thought you were going to tell us what's going to happen to the people on full lockdown, but they're more interested in point scoring than asking sensible questions at the moment. So we still don't know, and before we know it there'll only be a week to go. So my guess is they're going to do what they've done with a lot of the things, and we'll end up with like 5 or 6 hours notice that we're going back to work. Which is not cool. You're not feeling great today, Ed? Oh, is that your usual thing? Anita's well. Half the team are well. Bless you, mate. Hope it passes soon. Well, in anticipation of being stuck in this shed for 3 days because of this horrendous weather out there at the moment, there isn't. I've changed the setup. So I've removed the box that I use when I'm outside. So it's not such a big clunky thing here. So it meant I can push that right over and you can still see my handlebars and everything because they sit above the screen. It's weird how, because it doesn't look like that at all from here. It looks like these handlebars basically are right almost over the keyboard. I have to go like that. So I'm touching the handlebars as I'm writing on the keyboard, but it means that I can carry on kind of looking ahead, which is kind of nice as well. Deanne is all good. Is Chris all good as well? Or does all good mean both of you? I presume all good means all good. It's nice because I don't have to have the, it's just made a lot more space, and I can shove that over in one corner and get round it to do the camera when I'm setting up and things like that. So that's the only positive. I think I was just trying to think of positives, things to be grateful for while stuck in an oven. And the grateful things is that I don't have to have a sunshade on my computer. Oh, thank you, Yasmin. That's very kind of you. Yeah, I got some weird feelings around it. But as I say, I may do the odd one afterwards. I want to sort of try, because I've got to carry on doing some exercise anyway. Try and maybe sort of fit a routine in that. What was I thinking that I had to do? So if I'm still not working, then so I do put so many days to one side to do like this, you know, house stuff, garden stuff. Then we want to kind of like fit walking and those kind of things, but you know, no reason why I just can't roughly set it up, just for a bit of fun. And it means then we can keep the Just Given page open for a bit longer, especially if we're going to get a little bit more press at the moment. It'd be worth keeping open for a bit longer. I don't have to close that, so we can all sort of find a day that we all want to gather around the computer. So I put off starting the got two windows that kind of need sorting out on the outside, and they need some putty work on as well as being like sort of taken back down to painting. So we're kind of looking at the weather and thinking, right, it's probably about Friday that we can start that, Friday, Saturday. Could have done it today. You just cannot predict this weather at the moment, can you? Or they can't predict it, let's say. Oh, there's my mouse. You scared of spiders, Diane? Are you both scared of spiders, or will Chris dive in after it? Linda's a bit scared of spiders. Just you. How many scared of spiders if they're bigger than your hand? Oh, I suppose I should take a break, but although I'm feeling very, very hot, in your eyes it was. Yeah, I know that kind of feeling when there's things that you're scared of. That'd be me with my fear of heights. We've got to be 600 feet up here. No, it's 25 feet. Although I'm more scared of the dark than I am of heights. But I've conquered a lot of that. That's crazy, eh? Night shift worker are scared of the dark. You're scared of the dark. I test and push myself all the time on that one though. Because that, in the most, is irrational, and I hate having. I'm a logic type person, so I hate anything that comes across irrational to me. Heights, doesn't annoy me as much because it's a what is it? It's a genuine fear. As in, if I was up in a big tower block and there's a big window in front of me, that doesn't bother me. It's the physical. So it is the, what if I slip off this edge? So, because obviously it's a genuine fear, because obviously if you fell off the edge, you'd be dead. So I think, like with you, with the spiders, with me, that's the dark thing. So we know they're not poisonous, we know they can't hurt us, but Buzzy fly. Need your spider. I need your spider in my shed. I've got 2 flies that are annoying me. You can swap. Oh, I just noticed we've got a very pretty moth. Tiny one. About that big. Be 15 millimeters across maximum, maybe 12 millimeters. Tiny little one. Kind of grey but pretty. Greys, fawns and browns. What are we going past now? Oakhampton Cycles and Woodies. I know an old lady who swallowed a fly. I don't know why she swallowed a fly. I guess she'll die. Used to have that on vinyl when we were kids. We had a Smarties LP. So Roundtree's brought out an LP of children's songs, and that was on there. I can't remember what the other ones were. I think Ugly Duckling was one of them. And yeah, Smarties, I mean by the sweets. My dad worked for Roundtree, so I guess it was like a promotion thing. You could probably send off 100 Smarties tops and you got an LP or something like that. I don't know. But we got it free. Because our dad was the Roundtree man. Puff the Magic Dragon. Was that on there as well? I think that was on there actually. Did you have the Smarties LP then? Puff the Magic Dragon lives by the sea. In the land of something, in the land called Honolulu. Is that it? Yeah. Probably worth a fortune now. Oh, that's just your era. That's my era. But I do like the Old Lady of the Fly song. Morbid, but you know, it's cool, isn't it? For those who don't know it, basically it just goes on and on and on. So she swallows a fly that wriggled and tickled inside her, perhaps she'll die. And then the next verse is she swallows a spider to catch the fly. I don't know why she swallowed the fly, perhaps she died. And then she swallows a bird to catch the spider. And then she swallows a cat to catch the bird. Then she swallows a dog to catch the cat. And then she swallows a horse. Which is the horse because it rhymes with the she's dead, of course. That's the last verse. And everybody says Puff the Magic Dragon was not actually designed as a children's song. It was written about something slightly more adult. Don't get many of those. But, I mean, they're not as such comedy songs and things, but you know, every year we get a few comedy songs, couldn't we? You know, stand-up comedians like Jasper Carrot and people like that. Funky Moped. Is anybody? I mean, possibly not, because he was a northern comedian, and I think at the time he was only really on ITV Yorkshire. Mike Harding is a comedian who came out with the song Uncle Joe's Mint Balls. And Uncle Joe's Mint Balls are actually a real sweet. We always used to sing that at school. It was our Yorkshire TV. Two things that at that particular time, I think they went national in the end. But Mike Harding show and the Grumbleweeds. We're worried now that I've gone from only seeing YouTube to only seeing Facebook to now only seeing YouTube to now only seeing Facebook. So I'm going to open that. Yeah, I'm not getting. It's coming up on the screen, so that's okay. But it's not coming up on my multi-stream. Which is not massively important to you guys. It makes no difference whatsoever because you don't see the multi-stream. That's where basically it's where I see my chat of the two lots, because the screen's too small for me to be able to see it as such. But that's okay, it comes and goes. It comes and goes. I can see it on the screen, so I know if something comes up and I can just about read it here afterwards. I am melting. Anybody mind if I cycle in the nude? Well, that'd be quite painful. Pretty much finished it. I'm not actually out of breath. It's just, it sounds like I'm out of breath. I think it's just kind of sucking in air. Oh, darn it. Lost resolution on YouTube now. I can't even read the chat on that one. Doing the usual fix. Better. All fuzzy. No, it's gone fuzzy again. Don't know why. Picture quality's just suddenly dipped. That's probably the tablet, because on here it's fine. Not really. Yeah, I think it might just be the internet. It's just not good tonight. Still, we persevere, we push through, we move on, we accept. I have no control over people, places or things, and I never will do. I only have control over myself. Oh, too much now. So yeah, no, the picture's all right. This tablet. This tablet has, to be honest, considering its age, it's kind of served a purpose, a good purpose. It's done well, but it is out of the arc. Oh, I've got the picture back on there now. Just yeah, I insulted it, and now the picture's come back. I didn't insult it. I kind of praised it in a way. Considering how old it is, it's done what it's needed to do. Not a lot of use for anything else. The only thing it's maybe do is want a proper tablet, but they're quite handy. But I've managed with the phone for long enough. Oh, I just noticed as well. I've got no heart rate. I am alive, aren't I? I'm sure. Let's see if we can get that up. Well, it needs moisture, and there's plenty of that, so I don't think it can be that. The sensor may have gone off. Maybe there's too much moisture, I don't know. There's nothing there. That moved. Sometimes it turns itself off for some reason. So. Can't find it. There we go. Found it. A very complicated process to get the heart rate up there. Well, it's not complicated now it's set up, but yeah, it kind of it's kind of a bit like going from Highworth to Swindon via Birmingham. Stopping off at Bournemouth on the way. That's kind of the process it is. It's weird though, having said what I said about this screen. This is the clearest I've ever seen this screen. After it almost failing me. So, I just thought I'd say another thank you. I know I've kind of said thank you. Thank you all you guys on Friday, those that came and those that were online. Between you two lots, made for a nice day before the break. And thanks for being here today. Yeah, so the final day, the Sunday, it will, because I suddenly thought we do a quiz on Sunday evening, so there's kind of a limit. So I will be starting, hopefully, all being well. Obviously I can say I'm going to start early and then it all goes wrong, but I'll be trying to start fairly early because of the amount of miles that I'm going to be doing on that day, so that I can kind of just take my time, have a few breaks in it. I will probably split it up. So I think I might split when I split the video one. Possibly split the video one. That is crazy. What happened? Oh, have I just? I had guesses from that and Lucy. I've got new guesses now. Yes. No. Yes. They're new guesses. I think. Are they new guesses? You can't guess now. Cheating. I've got maths is 25. Oh no, hang on. I've got Lucy is 24 and maths is 25. I'm confused. Forget that. You can't guess now. You had up to 4.6. We'll see. If you have another guess, then everybody else is allowed a second guess, though. Oh. Oi, oi, boy, doy, doy, doy. The little dum 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 dum. What was I going to say? Yeah, so I might. Obviously, the first stage is a video stage. But I can split that. I've found out now. You can start it from a mile. So you basically stop at a specific mileage, and then you put the miles in, and it will start from that point. So I'll probably do the video stage in 2 halves, so I can have a little break between the two. So each stage will be roughly, I guess. Because it won't be exactly, roughly a quarter of the two. So it's 2 stages. There's the video stage, and then after the video stage, there'll be the actual final stage. So I'll split those in half-ish, so that I can have a break in between. So that I'll end up with what? 3 breaks then, basically. The break in between halfway through the video stage, the break in between the 2 stages, and then the break halfway through the final stage. because not long breaks, and but I'll have to stop the stream anyway, because obviously Facebook only will let you stream for 4 hours, so it kind of makes sense to do that anyway. I might not stop the stream in the halfway breaks, depending on time wise and how long I feel I need. I don't know how it's going to pan out, how it's going to work. I will get to the end of it because it's the last one, and however much it hurts, I'll get there. But I've never been at that distance on the train before. I've been that distance on a bike before, and that's not so bad, that's quite easy. But I know it's going to be tough. So, and the only way you can get through those lengths, I think, is by taking the breaks. He says, not having had a break yet. Which is about this particular, this will be about, and I'd have a break at about 15 miles, wouldn't it? So, if I'm doing 55 divided by 4 is more than 10. It's 13.75, isn't it? He says in his head. Going to work it out. Is that right? 55 divided by 4, 13.75. It's very difficult doing maths when you're oxygen starved and cooking alive. What now? I probably should be feeling good, you know. Yeah, actually I will stop for a second. I'll stop at 16. But I'll try and do it on a whole number. I was right then. Clever me. It's not that difficult for some to do though, is it really? But I was literally second guessing myself. 16. Right, stop for a second. Bye. Right, just going to take me mic off. I'll be back in a second. Oh, hot, 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 hot. Right, let's get going. Let's do the do. Oh. I just to blow the drip off the end of my nose over the top of the computer without it touching it. It's quite clever. My biggest dilemma I've got is working out which cycle shirt to wear on the last day. What, the sweat on the end of my nose? Ah. Just because you lot glow. Sorry, we perspire, don't we? Women glow, men perspire, and horses sweat. Only very slightly. Oh, keep forgetting I can see YouTube on there now, can't I? Do I have windows in the shed or a door? Yes. This is the door. It is open. Right next to me. Doesn't seem to make a lot of difference. And the window's got a window lock on. But I don't think that will actually make a lot of difference. Because there's no air out there anyway. And unfortunately, the laptops pump out a hell of a lot of heat. They're like little mini radiators. It's good for you. I mean, I'll lose a bit more weight. Still got a long way to go anyway, so. Still a tubby tucker. So what's the stage tomorrow? I can't remember now. I've got to put the pictures on in a sec. It's not on there, is it? It's on Facebook. Boots. Ooh, they look like nice bolts. Tuesday. Special video stage tomorrow. Cool. That's what I meant to do today, but run out of time. So I have to do that tomorrow morning. Just go through the ones. I think I've got a few that I think I'm going to do. So that'll just be a bit of fun. Nice, take it easy kind of evening. And then a proper stage on Thursday. I'm going to, all being well, do one of the Moroccan stages, which obviously most people know. Linda and I went to Morocco last year. There's one that I'm hoping that I'll do that one if it looks good. That's near to. We stayed in Marrakesh, but we also went to Esfara, which is one of the seaside places. And this is a ride going along the coast towards Esfara, but not quite up to it. But it's in that kind of area. When I do the ride on when I do the ride, the proper stage on, oh gosh, I can't think at all. Brain's flying. When I do the ride on Thursday, the normal stage, a fairly short one, so I'm going to do a few miles on another Marrakesh one, just a few, like the Sepang racetrack, just to fit in a little bit at the beginning. So as long as I start on time, I'm doing a few miles on another Marrakesh one, which actually is, as far as I know, one of the roads that we went down into the as we were going off into the desert. I can't remember if it's the road that we took to Esfara or whether it was the road that we took to the Ozoud Falls. So that'd be quite nice, just do a little bit of that. See some familiar sights, or obviously a lot of it's desert. Do like the little shops on the side and things like that you see. So yeah, so I think that's what they'll be. Those two will be the Marrakesh ones. Unless, if I find something else, I know I can't. No, the one on the Friday has to be one of a. I think there's about 7 or 8 that I've got that fit the mileage to make it 55. I don't mind if it's, as long as it's within the 55th mile. So there's a little bit of leeway, but yeah, the one on the Friday has to be a certain amount to fit in with the other stage to make it 55 miles. But there were some quite nice ones on those. So those ones I'll be going through and finding hopefully one that's filmed from a bicycle. Some of the ones that are done professionally, they're done like a camera that's on the side of a car where a bike would be. They're not so bad. I certainly don't want to do one of the ones where you can actually see the dash of the car. That just ruins the whole experience. So it will be either genuinely for a bicycle or one that has the right view. In all cases, that will be actually. So let's put the photos on again. As I say, I spoke to the owner of the Fox and Grapes. She's called Alex. She sounded really nice. I think she's looking forward to the place opening again. I think on the 1st of July they're opening. So I gave her the email with the links on. So if you are watching and you're not chatting, thank you, Alex, for humouring me. I know it's a bit of a weird. That was the carvery, which they're not doing at the moment, obviously, but she says that they will be starting that up again. That looks amazing. The bedroom looks nice, and that's the place from the front with the lights on at night. And that was just a farm shop that I think is in the area, because I couldn't find too many photos of the particular of Lifton, so I put that on. I found some nice photos of that, and of their church, which looks quite quaint, which you'll probably see in a minute. So that's the pub, hotel, whatever this is. That's Lifton Church, I think. I don't know what it's called. And that's what I thought was quite cool, that they have a set of trees like our Livingston trees, almost the same name, Livingston trees and Lifton trees, which are, again, they're seen from the motorway, aren't they? So, and that's what ours do. Those of us that live or have lived in Swindon, and we're coming from the London direction, on the left as we're coming down the M4, we see the Livingston trees, and that tells us that we're pretty much home. So yeah, looks like quite a nice village, quite quaint. It's probably a town, probably get told off now. The food, very reasonably priced, as the place was, otherwise I wouldn't have chosen it to a place to stay at. It will have to be good value for money. Yeah, I'm not having breakfast in the morning there, I'm having the carvery. And that's it. So, no. Oh, looks like we're coming off the A30, which I guess suggests that we're not too far away. But it depends on how far off the A30 we've got to go, I suppose. Unless that's where we've got to go anyway. got a fair bit to go yet. We'll be just dropping down onto another major road to carry further along. Oh, that was the other thing. I don't know if anybody's been on YouTube just lately, but yeah, while I was having the break, my downtime, I have gone through all of the, basically caught up now with all of the streams, all edited so that each stream is on one. Video, and I've also they're only basically edited, and there's one or two that most of them I left most of the stuff in. One in particular I left even like the guts in to kind of said in the description, just to give an example of how how things can pan out. And they're also, I put them onto playlists as well. So there's the main ride playlist, which has every one of the streams from start to finish. Every one of the stages on the main ride, start to finish, from one, not the pre-ones. And there's the island playlist, which has obviously got all the islands on. Special video stage playlist, which obviously only has one on at the moment, but we'll have more. And the extras one, which has the 2 pre-stages, and if I do the odd one after you finish, they'll go on there as well as the extras. So, unless obviously it's a video one, then it'll go on the video stages. So it's all a little bit tidier on there now, which probably meant Jo was probably getting loads and loads of emails because she has her notifications turned on for when uploads happen. But yeah, it's quite nice it's a good feeling that all I have to do now is keep up with the ones I do. So tonight I'll make sure that I get on, well, it won't be tonight because she has to process, so it's probably more likely to be tomorrow morning. I will edit that one and try and keep up with them. Getting quite good at it now, so the process has speeded up a bit, and I'm not so fussy, it's just get them on there. So just in case people want to, some reason, like to look back on some of them. Yeah, so the easiest way to look for them, if you're looking for a mainstream one, is to go onto the playlist and go down, because they're all in order, from obviously 1 first up to the present time. Slightly cooler. Temperature's dropped a little bit now. As I say, I went through the miles on the stages as well, just to get that correct. So basically went through all the official mileages of all the stages that I did, added them all together, and that's the mileage we got. We are, Ed. Ed will be hoping it's not that far for a certain reason. Can't see what the name of the river is. Dingles Fairground Heritage Centre. Oh, that would be worth a visit if you were that way. Got a river either side of us now. Just a case of bringing it home. There it is. Oh, it's next to a little lake. There's a lotus centre there. I wonder if James knows about that Southwest Lotus Centre. Just come back into view. It's the Tinne Lake, Southwest Lotus Centre. Pick one up on the way through. Stick the bike in the back so there's no back. That's it, isn't it? Ah. Yes, that was it. I have to check that it had finished. That happened. Usually it takes a while, doesn't it? When we get to the end, you have to cycle for a bit longer before the finish happens. So, another stage out the way, another stage closer to the finishing line. Thanks, guys. Yeah, we had the one break, but other than that, I'm okay. Got through the heat. I've lost an extra ounce or two. Come and join us tomorrow if you'd like to. for the special. Hopefully it will be, as I say, a bit of Morocco. Shows memories for us, good and bad. And as far as the feeling the heat now. As far as the mileage is concerned, which is why Ed, I think, had the nearly there. Ed is the winner because he has the lowest guess. I was 22.5 and we did 22 miles. So, well done, Ed. Just done it. Ed's the winner. Yasmin, second closest with 23. Well done. We finished in a nice time rather than sort of too late and the evening's over. So I myself, and I hope you guys will as well, have a very enjoyable evening and a nice night's sleep. Hope it's not too close and horrible for you. So love and abundance, stay safe and peace out. Bye bye.